explain that I am not running because of some long-held ambitions. I know that some people have been looking through my kindergarten papers, but that's not why I decided to run. I'm not running because I think it's somehow owed to me. I am running because of what Dr. King called the fierce urgency of now. The fierce urgency of now. Because I believe there's such a thing as being too late. And that hour is almost upon us. We are at a defining moment in our history. Our nation is at war. Our planet is in peril. And the dream that so many generations fought for feels like it's slipping away. You see it in your own lives. You see it in your communities, in your neighborhoods. People working harder and harder just to get by. Never paid more for college, never paid more for gas at the pump, never paid more for a gallon of milk. It's harder to save, it's harder to retire. Our healthcare system is broken, leaving 47 million people without health insurance. Our schools, despite the slogan, leaves millions of children behind, unable to compete in an international economy. People are maxed out on their credit cards, they're afraid of losing their homes. The economy is no longer producing jobs. People are scared and they're anxious about their futures. And in the face of such challenges, we cannot afford to wait. We can't wait to fix a broken healthcare system. We cannot wait to fix our schools. We cannot wait to provide good jobs and good wages and good benefits. We cannot wait to stop global warming. We cannot wait to make college affordable. We cannot wait to end this war in Iraq. We cannot wait. And I was convinced that the American people are a decent people and a generous people willing to work hard and sacrifice on behalf of future generations. And if we could just join our voices together, people from all walks of life, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, rich, poor, young and old, if gay, straight, if we could bring people together to challenge the special interests in Washington and challenge ourselves to be better, that there was no problem we could not solve, there was no destiny that we could not fulfill. That is why I decided to run for President of the United States of America. In Connecticut, I am here to report that after 1 year of crisscrossing the state, of listening to your stories, I am here to report that my bet has paid off and my faith in the American people has been vindicated, because the American people have told me they are ready for change. They are ready to turn the page. They are ready to write a new chapter in American history. We've seen it everywhere we went. We started in Iowa, and when we were organizing in Iowa, we were 20 points down in the polls. Everybody said we didn't have a shot. And these reporters and pundits would start asking me questions. They said, well, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know. I see all these young people coming out at my rallies. I think young people are responding like never before, and the reporters will say, we've heard that before. Young people, they always talk about coming out. No, they never come out. And then on that night of caucus in Iowa, we just saw the college students and the high school students screaming in, one after one, saying, this is the first time I've ever voted, and I am excited because I want my voice heard in America's democracy, and they turned out like never before. I see them at my rallies, these independents that they're showing up, they're coming out, they want to be part of this grand coalition for change. And sure enough, caucus night, these folks would come up, they'd shake my hand, they'd say, you know, I'm an independent, I've never participated in primaries or caucuses before. I usually wait till the general election, but I thought it was too important to sit this one out. And then, listen, I know it's hard to believe, but I kept on seeing Republicans in my rallies. John, I know this because they whisper to me when I'm shaking hands afterwards. They'd say, I'm a Republican. But I support you. And I'd say, thank you. Why are we whispering? But on caucus night in Iowa, they weren't whispering, they would just come up and say, bro, I'm a Republican, and I support you because I know we need a new direction in this country. And so, all across the country, we are seeing the political map change. We've become so accustomed to this divided country, 47% of the people on one side, 47% on the other, 5% in the middle, they all live in Ohio and Florida. And suddenly people are starting to realign. They're starting to rethink their political voting booth in November. Whatever else happens, the name George W. Bush will not be on the ballot. And that has everybody excited. Everybody's excited about that. The name of my cousin, Dick Cheney, will not be on the ballot. That was really embarrassing when that news came out. You know, when they do these genealogical surveys, you're hoping, Rosa, that you're related to somebody cool. But Dick Cheney, that's a letdown. Anyway, his name won't be on the ballot, so the era of Scooter Libby justice and Brownian confidence and car roll politics will finally be over next year. Look, it's easy to be against something. It's easy when somebody's promised you compassionate conservatism and you get Katrina and wiretaps instead. To be against that. It's easy when the only mission that's ever been accomplished is to lead us into a war that should have never been authorized and should have never been waged. It's easy to be against that. But the American people don't want to just be against something, they want to be for something. We want to feel the possibility that we can still join together and do great things. To leave a legacy for the next generation. I know because as I talk to the American people, they are desperate for change. Now, all across this country, I mean people who worked in a factory for 15, 20 years. Suddenly the plant moves overseas, the rug's pulled out from under them. They've lost their job, their health care, their pensions. All they can figure out is how to survive on a $7 an hour job at the local Walmart.